Good morning and welcome to the new edition of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Just a few days back, a young American missionary called John Allen Chau created international chaos. He sought to go to a protected, prohibited area in Andaman Islands in India and bring the light of Jesus to the innocent, honest tribals living there. And in this attempt, he was killed by those tribals who had no wish to see the so-called light. And in fact, this young man was committing a crime. He violated the law, bribed the fishermen to go to that area which is prohibited under law. And actually he was killed. I do not have any sympathies for criminal conduct. But at the same time, I have got to understand that this criminal act, had it been successful, would have created havoc. And people don't understand it. They might be well-meaning, but their intentions, good by themselves, are a road to perdition. As I normally say, the road to the hell is paved with good intentions. I remember a few years back, it was approximately 15 years back, and a matter came to my notice which created a lot of discussions in UNICEF, in UNIDO, and in UNDP. What happened was that a South Korean organization created an advertisement in Africa. They approached a bushman, Khomani, to perform in that advertisement and paid the elder of the tribe a large amount of the money over a wad of cash. They did this because most of the communists in South Africa have no papers, no birth certificates, nothing at all. They don't have bank accounts, so they gave them 50,000 rand. And they thought that this money would help them live in a better way, get them out of the ghettos of squalor. But that caused a lot of ill will. How the money to be distributed? Should it go to the people who acted in the advertisement, or should it go to all the people? Violence broke out, and the elders then decided that the evil was in the money, and they chucked that 50,000 rands into the fire. And everybody was happy, and everybody went home happy, without any worry, without any rancor. You and I won't understand this. We won't understand the economic parameters that motivate them. But that's the way they live. And the similar Sentinel tribe in Andaman has their own way of life. This guy, Chau, was in fact an adventurer and a missionary, and he wanted to convince the tribals to embrace Jesus. He forgot that in 2006, two fishermen just by mistake went to that island and they were killed. As a matter of fact, this tribe of Sentinels is the last uncontacted tribes on the island. And this particular group is most violent. People might say that they are sorry for John Allen Chau. I am not. He had committed a crime, rather two crimes. One was bribe the fishermen As a matter of fact, even those fishermen could have been killed. Luckily, they were not. He was not crazy. He was basically intent upon destroying them. And the arrow that shot into his waterproof Bible showed him what is in store, and he went again. As a matter of fact, he was hiding from the Coast Guard, which was a crime because he knew that he's doing something wrong and wanted to contact them. And suppose what would have happened if he had contacted them. Now let's come to that. Would they have embraced Jesus? No. They would have been killed according to the doctors and the scientists because this man carried germs and those people had no immunity, not even the common cold. They cannot tolerate any contact with the germs, and this man was suffering from bad cold. These people are a group who live wild as hunter-gatherers, and they've been doing so for the last 20,000 years. One of the big waves of the human migration out of Africa to the Middle East, Asia and India occurred about 60,000 years back. And these people have exact similarities to some, the hunter-gatherer tribes of the world, the oldest one. And they are the nature worshippers with a very strong spiritual tradition. And in that tradition, they revere their ancestors and uses trance to assess the spirit world, guided by a shaman. They have their own religion. They have their own way. Why try to go and preach them and tell them to do the things they want? This has been the curse of the humanity. The two religions, Christianity and Islam, are the only religions in the world which want to exploit human weakness by force or by greed. What sort of religion needs the help of filthy attraction of money to make them believe so? And the Christians did it all the time, everywhere, even in India, where we saw it. Now, these tribals, sentinels, are thought to be the last pre-Neolithical tribe in the world. Their island is just 60 square kilometers big, and it is 1,200 kilometers away from mainland India. And the total population is about 150 people. That's it. It is believed that they survive on seafood, wild pigs, and edible plants. To have survived for so long, they must be very adept, quite an expert in the knowledge of what they can eat, how they can face the climate, and survive the most inhospitable situations. It is believed that they know how to harvest, how to hunt. They know the medicinal values of many of the plants. In fact, they have the complete survival skills. And I said earlier, they have a strong spiritual tradition as well. They have remarkable intelligence and self-preservation skills. And that's what they need. There is another indigenous group, Jarawa, who have no contact with the people for a long time. And in 2002, Government of India started building a road in that area. This caused a great problem. And so tremendous was the problem that the tribes were thought to be sightseeing. People would go just to see the tribes, how they live, how they make love. Their privacy was being violated. Their life was being turned upside down. They were being treated for sexual exploitation of women. measles and influenza affected the tribe badly. And poachers, loggers, bus drivers, tourists exploited those women badly. Supreme Court had to intervene and ordered the road to be closed and not to be used. And yet, it was used, and the tourists go on highway safaris to see the tribals. So in 2013, they ordered the government to stop the tourism on the road. And it was done. So, the need is to protect the people, not to convert them. Recently, the Indian government, in a bid to expand tourism to Andaman and Nicobar, took certain measures, but they excluded 29 islands, including the North Sentinel Island, where these people live. And they have been defined as restricted area in the first instance till 2022. It was done on the undertaking that Andaman administration will take no such step which causes damage to the natural environment. A different permit is required to reach and go for these areas. And the purpose is that while those people are protected, the sightseers are also protected from the bows and arrows. And their arrows are lethal. They are dipped with poison and they kill instantly. As a matter of fact, this man could easily have saved his life had he not been so presumptuous that he can mold the life of others. And then first day, he received an arrow and he was holding the Bible. They did not kill him. Look how human they are. They simply sent an arrow in the Bible saying that we don't want you. So this was a warning signal which he violated, which he refused to acknowledge. And the next day again he went there. And then he met his maker. He deserved it. No individual, no government has a right to destroy the imperatives. And these people, let's not forget it. These people are not having any immunity. And their way of life is their way of life. We are all the time crying, protect the ecology. We are crying, protect the marginal classes. We are crying at the top of our voices to protect the animals. And here the human beings, highly capable of looking after themselves. They do not know your way of life and they are not interested in that. So why do you want to spoil them, to destroy them intellectually and spiritually? The whole thing is a tragedy. And it's not a tragedy with this young man, Chau. He deserved it, as I said. But it's a tragedy for that tribe of 150 people whose life, whose way of living, whose very existence is at stake. And it's high time that the government of India takes steps and order the Coast Guard to shoot such people who try to enter that environment. And it's contingent on the people worldwide, United Nations, others, to ensure that these people are not violated. And who the hell are others to preach their religion? People would say, well, he was bringing light of Jesus. Well, the people, if they want to embrace Jesus, will go to Jesus. If they want to embrace Muhammad, they'll go to Muhammad. If they want Nanak, they'll go to Nanak. But you have no right to be the bearer of death, pestilence, disease, which this man was. And the way his death has been bandied about, talked about on CNN and the Western media as if he was a big hero. Instead of being treated as a criminal and being treated as a man who violated the law and could have been an instrument of annihilation of a complete Neolithic tribe, he is being lionized. This is a travesty of human values. Can we not leave these innocent people alone? Can we not see that these people are not to be violated? They are human beings having their own way of life. Let them live in peace. And let us not be instrumental in their destruction. I hope the so-called well-meaning missionaries and do-gooders learn and let them be. Thank you.